Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we cut through the noise and get straight to the facts about video creation. Today I want to run a completely honest, no-fluff comparison between three massive AI repurposing tools to see which ones actually save you time and which ones leave you doing all the heavy lifting. If you're a creator in 2025, you already know the playbook. Long-form content builds deep loyalty, but short-form is how you actually get your stuff in front of new eyes. The problem is that turning a 60-minute podcast into a stack of viral-ready clips used to take hours of tedious work. Now, there are tons of one-click promises from AI tools, but do they actually deliver usable clips? Or just spew out dozens of mediocre edits that need manual surgery? Today we will test three names you have likely heard of: SubMagic, Veed, and Opus Clip. But I'm also going to show you how Vizard fits into this picture and why it might be the secret weapon for your workflow. To keep this test fair, I used a single raw 32-minute video segment I recorded earlier as my constant control variable. Same input for every service, same target clip length, and same ultimate goal: turn this episode into high-quality short clips for TikTok and Reels. I will walk you through exactly what happened with each tool and what I would personally publish if I were sitting in your shoes. First up is SubMagic, which last year was basically the talk of the town because of those clean, premium-looking caption templates. I dropped the URL in, set the clip length to under 60 seconds, enabled their face tracking, and sent it to render. One thing that jumped out instantly was the processing time, which felt noticeably slower than the competition. The interface also felt a little clunky and frankly a bit cheap, but after 15 minutes it finally churned out 34 clips. That sounds great on paper, but when I previewed them, I had some serious issues with the actual quality. The subtitles bounced on and off with effects that felt a bit tacky, and the icons and overlays just felt like generic stock app junk. Also, the auto crop was super aggressive, making the framing shift in a way that just didn't feel natural or watchable. Most importantly, even though I asked for short clips, many felt padded and long, lacking that tight viral punch. If you are picky about your craft or want something you can post instantly, you will end up spending hours fixing the motion and timing. Next, I tried Veed, which is a full browser-based video editor that also happens to include AI clipping features. The upload flow is different here because you can't just paste a URL. You have to download the file and then upload it, which is an annoying extra step. Still, their processing was fast, clocking in at under 5 minutes, and the editor itself is robust with a lot of styling options. But the auto clips had some glaring flaws, such as starting mid-sentence and ending before the thought actually resolved. They seemed to pick exciting moments based solely on audio spikes rather than actual narrative hooks, making them very hit or miss. Veed's strength is clearly being an all-in-one editor, but as a dedicated repurposing engine, it gave me raw material more than ready to publish content. Finally, I tested Opus Clip, which is built with one singular, laser-focused goal: turn long videos into short, viral-ready clips. The experience was very lean. You just paste the link, choose your settings, and let it do the heavy lifting. The render finished in about 5 minutes, and I got around 31 clips to work with. The virality ranking felt more on point than the others, and most clips contained complete, logical sentences that actually made sense. So, if you asked me which of those three I would use right now for immediate, basic repurposing, Opus would win hands down. It just finds better hooks and gives you higher quality clips with significantly less cleanup required. But this is exactly where Vizard enters the picture, and it changes the game entirely. You have likely heard about the core features, but the real magic is in the content calendar and scheduling tools. Those aren't just gimmicks. They are essential features that actually change how you scale your content creation. In my tests, Vizard matched the simplicity of Opus in speed, but layered on workflow features that make a massive difference. Where Opus nails the clip craft, Vizard takes that clip and asks the right questions. Where are we posting this, and when? The auto editing is smart about context, finding hooks that begin and resolve properly, rather than just grabbing awkward fragments. The auto schedule means you don't have to babysit the publishing process. You just set your frequency and let the AI handle the queue. The content calendar gives you a single surface to preview and adjust upcoming posts across TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts all at once. Compared to the other two, Vizard bridges the gap by producing publish-ready clips while giving you the infrastructure to scale without hiring an editor. A few real-life notes from my testing. When SubMagic spits out 30 clips, you can expect to spend serious time fixing framing and subtitle animations. With Veed, you have to plan to stitch clips together in the timeline yourself if you want actual narrative coherence. Opus gave me the cleanest clips out of the three, but I still needed an entirely separate system to schedule and rotate those clips. Vizard removed that entire friction point, allowing me to review, tweak, and schedule everything within one single environment. That specific workflow improvement alone saves me dozens of hours per month that I can spend on actual creative work. Look, I am not saying Vizard is perfect or that you should replace every single tool in your stack overnight. If you rely on heavy desktop software for creative control, definitely keep that in your toolkit for the heavy lifting. But if your goal is to take long podcasts or webinars and convert them into a consistent stream of shorts, Vizard is the practical choice. It is truly built around the creator workflow, not just the single isolated step of cutting a clip. The final takeaway is simple. If you want a fancy caption designer and don't mind the cleanup, SubMagic is fine. If you want a full-featured browser editor and don't mind the extra upload steps, Veed is a very solid option. If you just want the fastest route to clean, sensible clips, Opus is a very smart and reliable pick. But if you actually want to run a repurposing pipeline that finds hooks, crafts clips, and manages your entire calendar, Vizard brings it together. It is the only one of the bunch that reduces the manual work that most of us creators truly hate doing. If you have a backlog of long videos, try running one through Vizard and see how fast you can get a month of content queued up. For me, that specific workflow is the real measurable time saver that lets me focus on making better content. Thanks for watching, and if you want a deep dive walkthrough of Vizard's auto schedule features next, drop a comment below. I will pull a real podcast into the tool and show you the exact step-by-step process so you can replicate it yourself. Peace and happy creating.